Hey, Joey Bratton here with Fit Culture Studio, and in this video, we're gonna go over how to increase or decrease the level of difficulty of a particular exercise, and also talk about the concept of how to increase or decrease the intensity of the entire workout itself. So when it comes to increasing or decreasing the level of intensity of your workout, there's a few different things you can do to make things more challenging or make things a little bit easier. So the example today is going to be a squat and how to do it from a standpoint of starting with how to make it, regress or a little bit easier version of a squat. We would just do the squat and not take it to as deep of a position. So sitting back still with correct form, and then coming up from that position there. If everything checks out there and you can go into that motion without it bothering your knees or your hips or any discomfort there, then we can start removing the pads and just going into a little bit deeper version. So dropping down a little lower, really focusing on making sure that my knees don't shift forward throughout that motion. So knowing when to make a movement more challenging also has to do with what are some of the prerequisites before you can advance to that next harder version. Having the technique and form down is certainly one of those prerequisites. Not having that movement bother you in any way, shape, or form would be one of the prerequisites. Eventually, we're just going to go deeper and deeper to where we're at a lower depth of that squat. From there, we can change the intensity and make it more challenging by grabbing a little bit of resistance. So when it comes down to it, starting from the beginning to becoming a stronger version of yourselves, we can make real incremental increases in weight to where that we know that we can go through that motion. We're not going to be giving ourselves too much of a challenge or increase from where we were. We can incrementally go up in weight and then eventually get to where, we're making 2.5 pound increments on something like a squat. It might be going from a 5 pound kettlebell to a 10 pound kettlebell and just working your way up all the way to where you can grab, a much heavier weight and drop down into that squat form, still with good technique, but that's going to make that exercise much more challenging on the legs and on the upper body for this goblet grip version of the squat. Now, the other thing you can play with is how fast you're going through the reps. So if I'm dropping down and I've got weight or I'm just doing body weight, it's gonna tire me out to a certain level at the speed I'm going at. If I increase that speed, dropping down and coming up quicker through that motion, it's gonna wear me out more. So starting to kind of keep track of where you are is gonna make a big difference on how intense that workout feels and how exhausted you feel. So when you're thinking about whether or not you should increase or decrease the intensity of your workout, you want to keep in mind your goals. If you're happy with where you are strength-wise and you're more in a maintenance mode of getting good quality workouts in and keeping your body healthy and strong and fit, injury-free and all that good stuff, you may not be as concerned with wanting to know how to increase the intensity or decrease the intensity. But if you're frustrated with how challenging the workout feels and it's not challenging enough, knowing how to incrementally increase that intensity is very important. And same thing for going into a fitness class or a type of workout where you feel like it's too challenging and it doesn't feel fun, or it feels like it leads to always being sore, aches and pains in the joints. Knowing how to decrease the intensity or regress the movement is very important as well. Okay, so let's say squats are in your circuit training or team training class, or the squat movement is one of your exercises for the routine that you're doing in a personal training or small group personal training setting. Basically what you want to do is you want to know that each time you do that exercise, each workout you're doing with that exercise in it, you're kind of keeping track of what weight you're at. If you've been at, grabbing a 10 pound kettlebell for when you're doing squats for the last year or 2 years, you may be happy there, but if you want to get stronger, the only way to do that is change things up a little bit and increase that weight. So when it comes down to how to know when you should increase or decrease the level of intensity or regress or progress a movement, you want to be thinking in terms of how it feels on your body. If your goal is to increase your strength, you don't want to stay at, a 10-pound kettlebell when you're doing your squats for a long length of time. At some point, you're going to do, your first set of squats, and you're going to be able to see how that feels. As long as it feels good and you can do the 12 reps that is on the routine, or if it's a 45-second station in circuit class and you feel like, you could keep going with 10s, you're going to know that the next time you come around or the next time you go into your next set, you probably could grab a 12 or a 15-pound kettlebell and see how that feels. It's going to require you to give a little bit more, push a little bit more, but that's the exact challenge you want on those muscles, so that the process of doing that is going to have your muscles grow back stronger with good nutrition, good rest and recovery in between the days that you're doing your workouts. If you do go up in weight and find that it's a little bit more challenging, you may simply just need to slow down and do a few less reps, or you may grab a heavier weight and realize, you're not ready to go up in weight yet. So worst case scenario is you just take that weight that you went up to, set it down, grab the weight that you are a little bit more comfortable with, and go back into that squat motion. Another concept that relates to the intensity of your workouts has to do with how your body is feeling, again, with having injury prevention and building a body that works. One of our first goals is to have our joints healthy and a body that doesn't have aches and pains. So when you go into your workouts, you kind of want to mentally think about how your body's feeling. If you're sore or a little run down, you might want to intentionally choose to do the workout that day at a lower level of intensity. So I call that an active recovery style of workout. If my body's feeling fine, but I'm just not ready to do my most advanced or challenge myself as much as I can, there's a workout that I just kind of say it's right in the middle, like a middle level intensity. And then on days where I'm really feeling fresh and strong, I might want to attack that workout kind of with the mindset going in, I'm really going to push it a little bit. As long as I know I'm doing correct form and keeping things safe, I know I'm feeling fresh, my muscles are feeling good, I can challenge myself a little bit. And on the days where we're challenging ourselves, really you don't just, you wouldn't choose to challenge yourself after, being off a couple weeks. So when you're incrementally, getting some good workouts in and you've conditioned your body to handle that, and your joints are feeling well and can handle that amount of volume of work and intensity, then, increasing that a little bit, it's a safe time to do that. And even when we're increasing to another level of intensity, we're still doing it thinking 1% better. That might be, getting one more rep at a certain weight, or that may mean increasing the intensity by going up just a pound or two with the dumbbells that you choose or a kettlebell that you choose, so that you can, make sure your body's ready to handle it and we're not making this extreme jump to something more intense. So the concept of increasing or decreasing the level of intensity of your workout, or regressing the movement to something easier or progressing it to something more advanced is not the most exciting topic, but it's so critical to your success and feeling good about your fitness and wellness journey. If you have any questions that pertain to how to go about decreasing the level of intensity or increasing the level of intensity in your workouts, or if it has anything to do with how do you know when you're ready to increase, how much rest and recovery time do you need, anything like that, go ahead and leave a comment below and I'll be glad to answer that. Thank you so much for watching this video. We'd love to have you join our team here at Fit Culture Studio. And if you're looking to improve your fitness and wellness and do it in a way where you're moving towards your goals safely and effectively, you can check out our website at fitculturestudio.com, or you can contact us by phone by calling 530-265-5342. Thanks so much for watching.